A recent 12 News investigation into building material you may have in your home will, quote, undoubtedly save firefighters' lives.
Those are the words of a New York fire captain, one of hundreds of fire professionals across North America now using that 12 News report to help keep people safe. Tonight, 12 News' Kent Wainscott has new information about the deadly hazard that may be hidden in your home.
Well, here's what fire departments from across the U.S. and Canada are responding to. 12 News, you may recall, put manufactured wood floor beams like this to the test. They're lightweight, inexpensive, and very strong. Used in newer homes everywhere, a perfectly good building material and nothing to be concerned about in your home. Unless they catch fire, then they can be killers.
When the fire call came in, it seemed familiar, the kind of call that Green Bay firefighters had answered countless times before.
When we first got there was just a little wisp of smoke coming off the backside of the house.
There was no reason for firefighter Jo Brinkley Shudware or her partner, Lieutenant Arnie Wolf, to hesitate. Nothing to stop them from moving inside to search the home.
It wasn't something that scared us or anything. You know, we didn't think twice about going in there.
But for the two veteran firefighters, the situation quickly turned terrifying.
Took a couple of steps, and when we were completely enveloped in the smoke, so we went down to our knees, and we took maybe another step when the floor gave way. That was it.
The lightweight wooden I-beam supporting the floor gave way, sending the firefighters crashing into a smoky basement and igniting an inferno.
And it was like panic for about 3 or 4 seconds, so screaming the whole time, you know, because I was on fire, and there was fire everywhere. It was under me, it was on me, it was around me, it was trying to knock my helmet off.
The hazard that trapped those firefighters in the blaze was one they couldn't see. Before they stepped on that floor, the lightweight beams supporting it had already burned away. 12 News witnessed the problem last year in another house fire in which the floor also collapsed, injuring 2 Milwaukee firefighters. And our cameras demonstrated the dangerous difference between those manufactured I-beams and standard dimensional wood beams in a fire when we tested them side by side. The manufactured I-beams couldn't handle the fire and failed much faster. A simple demonstration of a hazard that landed 2 Green Bay firefighters right in the middle of a deadly situation.
I'm gonna die. I started screaming for help.
Nate Dahl was one of those who answered that call for help.
So I knew that if that floor came down on us, it was going to be a long time before we were going to get help.
As Brinkley Shudware fought for her life, she called for her partner.
I was screaming for Arnie. I could hardly hear myself scream. It was so loud down there. But never saw Arnie, never heard Arnie. There was a partial wall dividing it into 2 sections. I was on one side and Arnie was on the other. 15 feet away might as well be 100 miles.
She escaped, but was badly burned. Lieutenant Arnie Wolf never made it out. His is one of more than 24 fire deaths in the past decade linked to lightweight wood construction materials. It's one reason that fire professionals across the country are now using our 12 News report as a training tool to demonstrate the danger. But one of the nation's largest fire departments contacted 12 News and suggested the hazard is even greater than we had seen, and that our test only scratched the surface of the problem.
We can only talk about it. We can only tell people that it's this bad, but really nobody understands unless they're in our shoes.
Our test demonstrated the danger, but here in Chicago, firefighters are taking it one step further, doing something that's never been done before, and they're convinced it will save lives.
This department has teamed up with the fire safety experts at Underwriters Laboratories and with the Department of Homeland Security to conduct a test of the same type of manufactured beams, but on a much larger scale. They say the beams that we saw fail in less than 15 minutes, just at the time firefighters may be entering a burning home, could actually pose an even deadlier risk to anyone inside.
Do they assume it's going to last 15 minutes? Because if they're making that assumption, ultimately they're putting their lives at risk.
Those tests are giving experts a better look at the true danger posed by lightweight construction, a danger some already know all too well.
Well, for me, the danger has become more real now that we lost Arnie in that fire.
Steps are being taken to eliminate the risk. The fire industry has fought for new building codes that now require sprinklers, but millions of homes built before the code change contain those lightweight wood beams, and that's why learning more about the risk is so important, not only to firefighters, but to anyone inside a home when a fire breaks out. Tomorrow night at 10, we'll take you literally inside those Underwriters Lab fire tests. The test we conducted was what the folks here at Underwriters Laboratories refer to as a parking lot test, a small sample on a small scale. But here, they do it big in a very scientific way in this room-size furnace where the temperature can reach more than 2,200 degrees. And what they'll do is they'll light that furnace with a wood floor above it to see how it holds up with a room full of furniture and 2 firefighters on top of it. It is a startling look, really, at the hazard that may be in homes all over the area, all over Wisconsin. And we'll also take a look at the steps that anyone can take to protect themselves in their own home tomorrow at 10.
All right, Kent, one to watch.
You bet.
Thank you.